oh, my teaching, I really wanted to be innovative. That was the big thing. I wanted to be innovative, and I wanted to sort of change the outlook of teaching and learning. And I think that students learn in different ways, so you have to teach in different ways. Hey, listeners, welcome back to another session of the Say More podcast. I have my class here with me from my student development theory class. So we had a blast this whole semester talking about theories, all different types of theories, working on this podcast. And I said at the beginning of this season that I would turn the tables and students would ask me questions. And I kept my promise. I'm happy to say I kept my promise on that. So I'm curious. I want to hear from some of the students on how we got to the name Say More podcast, right? They have an interesting story and background as to how we got here. So I really want to give our listeners a chance to sort of hear about the background of the name Say More. And it's actually quite funny, but it'll be a lot funnier if our students sort of give that insight. So, yeah.
Say more.
Say more.
Say more.
So, it's a beautiful phrase that we got it from Dr. Josh. Why and how, even we didn't know at the beginning of the semester. Like when we first met with Dr. Wallace, an amazing person. During our sessions, discussions, class, and the way he motivates us, it's amazing. And his one phrase that's literally amazed us like anything, say more. And the way he says, it literally makes us say more.
I can absolutely agree with that. So say more kind of came from sitting in class, kind of breaking down these different theories and kind of looking at them in a larger scale and kind of really breaking down like what we learned about them, the things we like, dislike, and my goodness, limitations. Yeah, we'll talk about that on another podcast. But the say more really came from really when we answered those questions and we only answered at what he calls that surface level, and then kind of just taking a deeper dive into our feelings, our emotions, what we pulled from them, what we learned from them, really kind of just fact-checking us on constant curricular that we were learning. And the commonality to it was we knew before he knew some days that the next thing that was going to happen after each student kind of had the floor was, okay, say more. I like that. I like what you said there, but tell me more, say more. And it was just a commonality. And I think it's a great thing. It's just, it wouldn't be right if it wasn't the Say More podcast.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. I want to interject real quick before anybody else goes and mention, I thought what was so funny about the naming of the podcast was when we started the project, and the students would ask me like, okay, what are you going to name it? I was like, we're going to name it The Theorist. It's a theory podcast. We're going to name it The Theorist. They were not for that name at all.
No.
They said, no, that was kind of whack. I was like, you know what? Nah, we going to keep it The Theory. I think that's dope. It's good marketing. It's going to be all that. And I think it took a couple weeks where I came back and I was like, you know what? Y'all was right. We should change the name. I had to really think about it, and I also had to listen. I was like, you know what? It's about students. It'll be for students, for other people too, but for students, and I feel like y'all had it right the first time. So y'all heard it here first. I was wrong. Y'all were right.
That's
I was wrong.
It's a live recording.
Yes, I was wrong. Y'all were right. The Say More Pie sounds way better. I just thought that was a funny sort of backstory around it. Any more insights on Say More and its in its origins?
I know that when we was in class and like we would talk about what we read and stuff before class and stuff. So like when we was explaining our theories of what we had, and I remember you, Professor Wallace, you would say like, say more. And it's like that was a signal to me saying that like if I couldn't say more, then I probably needed to like do some more reading or just understand it more better. And I appreciate, being pushed to my full potential. So
Absolutely. Thank you. So hard.
I like the podcast name because say more. There's going to be different episodes, different theories, and I feel like say more says more itself.
I love that. Say more says more itself, right? I love that. I love that insight. So that's a little bit about the origins of the naming. Now, my students came with some questions. They have some questions for myself. So I spent all of these all throughout the season asking them questions, and I thought it was only fair if they asked me questions. I hope that y'all take it easy on me. I felt like I took it easy on y'all, kind of. But what questions do y'all have for me? I will do my best to answer them. I'm sure they won't be perfect. But what questions do y'all have for me?
I'll go ahead and kind of start us off here.
He came prepared. Okay.
Did. Been for this, y'all. Been waiting for this. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Floor
All right.
yours.
And the floor is thank you. So I'll just say this. I kind of heard over and over kind of you give your insights on each of our theories and how maybe you have used it either in your dissertation or you're just writing and just in your everyday life, right? I want to know which theory do you relate to the most, and what theory really did you learn more about?
Do you mean of the ones that y'all presented?
Absolutely.
Okay. I thought you meant in general or of the ones that y'all presented. Probably the one. It's so crazy because I learned a little bit like about each of those theories, kind of also throughout my journey. So I won't go in depth into all of them, but like for example, Johari's self-authorship was one of the first theories that I sort of like picked up and learned and talked about. And I was like, oh man, that's so interesting. And that was when I was a student affairs professional. And then later on, I started reading a lot more about intersectionality with Kimberly Crenshaw. And that was one, like, I was like, okay, this is interesting. I was still trying to figure it out, like really understand it a little bit more, but I thought it was really interesting. And that was also kind of as a student affairs professional. And then really the two theories between yourself, Hope, and then and Latrice, those were theories that I really picked up in my doctoral program. So I started reading all about love and I just could not put that book down. Like I loved it. Like I just loved the idea of thinking about love as a practice as well. But then I think now a lot of my core research and core work is around Black male feminism. So that's when I really started picking up Okello's work. Even using Okello's understanding of self-definition in my dissertation. So it's so crazy because each of these theories keep in mind, I didn't pick them for y'all. Y'all picked these. I gave y'all ideas and stuff like that, but y'all picked these theories. It's so crazy how I feel like each of these theories are really a part of my own journey to throughout theory and even to the point where I'm at now. So I really resonate with all of them. I think where I'm at now, I probably most resonate with Black male feminism because that's just where I'm at now. So yeah.
Yeah.
Other questions?
So my theory was Black male feminism, and I wanted to know, like, in your opinion, like, how could I be a better feminist?
Oh, that's hard for me to answer because it's such a personal question, right? Like, I could never really give you any sort of practical sort of ideas. I think some of that are things that you find out for yourself too, right? I think that I will say this. the beautiful thing about Black male feminism and just Black feminism in general is that it really, really challenges you to be self-reflective. And I think it really challenges you to really look within yourself and think about your own sort of conceptualizations, your own practices, and how they're either resisting or contributing to some of these very like systemic and oppressive ideas and values. And I think the beauty of it is that it's constantly thinking about resisting those and challenging those sort of ideas. So I think if you wanted to be a better sort of feminist, or in particular Black feminists, I think one of the best things you can do is read the work that Black feminists are putting out. So many amazing scholars, both from the past and even now, and there's going to be more in the future, right? Are doing great work on Black feminism, and I just think that there's a lot out there. So I think the best thing you can do is read and sort of gain that knowledge and think about to yourself how you can apply that to your own practice in your own life, and within your own journey too. So
For sure. Thank you, Professor.
yeah, absolutely. Other questions?
Okay, Dr. Wallace. I believe we all have discussed a lot about theories and everything. I would like to ask about that this podcast whole thing, how it came to you. How, and you got this idea to integrate into your teaching methodology, even in master's program, because that is, I believe, not an easy task for you to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like you to say something about it.
Yeah, of course. That's such a great question, and I really appreciate you for asking it.
Because we all know how passionate you are and how much you pushed us all to make it possible.
Say more about that passion. I just want to know, and I love this. This is so funny. I think my students realize how passionate I was about this project, because every time I brought it up in class, every time we practiced, every time I gave them feedback, I was like, yeah, we got this. Like, let's, you know what I'm saying? I was very excited about it, and I think they can recognize it as well. So I think that was just the amazing part, that I feel like y'all went on this journey with me too, because obviously this was an assignment. This was I wanted y'all to be a part of this, and this was really, for y'all more than anything. But I also was really, really interested in doing this. And I think you all can tell.
Basically brought us to that level, Dr. Wallace. We all as a class really appreciate your effort, that every time it's not a single time that we just give us this as assignment. The journey, the stepwise, how you made us to make it possible today. It is your contribution equally, and we made it. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate that. I really do. So how did I come up with this? So when I was in my doctoral program at the University of Wisconsin, I was thinking a lot about like my teaching practices and my potential teaching practices. And I didn't always love the sort of like, the standard, you have someone go up there and talk and everybody else listens for like an hour or an hour and a half. That's just not really me. And it's not really, I feel like a major function of graduate education also. And so I was really thinking about ways to be innovative in teaching, right? And thinking about how students can learn not just with writing papers, but also with presenting and also with applying their work to practice. And the thing that I was really trying to think about is like, how can we make these conversations accessible to the public, right? So much of what we do is it stays in academia. And I think with the podcast, I wanted to think of ways for us to have these same conversations about theory and talk about theory, but also allow it to be accessible to the public, right? That anyone can pick it up and be like, oh man, I didn't know about that theory. Like, I didn't know that this exists. I didn't know that concept existed. And not only that, they could pick it up without all of the, I would say, just major academic lingo and and they could pick up the different aspects of it. They could learn a little bit about the author. They could learn a little bit about the main ideas of the theory, but also know that there's limitations and how they can apply it in their own practice. And I when I was thinking about my teaching, I really wanted to be innovative. That was the big thing. I wanted to be innovative, and I wanted to sort of change the outlook of teaching and learning. And I think that students learn in different ways, so you have to teach in different ways, right? Not everybody learns. Some people learn very well from reading and writing. That's great. That's not everybody, right? Some people learn concepts and theories very well from presenting them, and preparing for them. Some people learn them really well by talking about them, which is how this podcast came about. Like, I think it's really cool if you can just talk about it and without the pressures of like having to write a whole paper about it. I mean, that's of course a part of our class too, but I wanted to give multiple options for people to be able to express themselves through theory. And this happened to be one of them, and one that I was also very excited about. So
that's amazing. Obviously, like, it's a completely a teamwork that you initiated with that, and we all hope that it has ended well.
Yeah, it has. I really appreciate all of you all for contributing, because I know it's not an easy thing, and I know it can be a bit nerve-wracking too.
It was very overwhelming initially for everyone. Like, it was tear-dropping situation at times. Oh my God, what to do? But how smoothly you made it through to us. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you. I wanted it to be fun more than anything. I didn't want you all to feel the pressure of it as an assignment, but more so feel like this is a cool thing to do, right? This is just a fun thing to do, and also for you all to get to know the space too. The digital media suite is where we are at the University of Louisville, and it's such an amazing space as well. So I'm glad we could be here and really shoot the podcast. So yeah,
Looking forward for more projects. Sir.
of course, more seasons coming soon. More seasons coming soon, y'all.
We are more exciting for that.
Yeah. Any final words I want to leave the listeners with as we sign off for this season? Y'all are the inaugural, right, season of the Say More podcast. Y'all, this is season 1.
Absolutely. So first, I'll just say that if you take the time to really kind of dig into this project and get as excited as Dr. Wallace was for the project, it makes it a lot easier. You can have fun with it, make it your own. There's no pressure with it. There's no right answers. It's really just obtaining the information and regurgitating it in the way that's fun for you. So for the future folks that come after us, don't be afraid of the project. Take it with grace. Ask questions, ask for help, talk to your peers, talk to other people, keep talking your theory up, tell people about it. The more you can talk about it, the easier it gets. And pick something that you're passionate about. Don't pick something that doesn't spark your interest. It's not gonna go very well for you, and you might change your subject like I did. And a lot of folks are like, I can't speak in front of folks. I can't speak, on a podcast. It's gonna be a lot of pressure. I mean, if you really take the assignment seriously, it comes with ease. It's just a conversation. And, if we can chat up about all kind of different things, we can chat up about some theories to help the next generation after us. So I'll say this, have fun with it, enjoy it, and stay along for the ride. Dr. Wallace, tell us, how do you feel after all of this? Tell us more.
Oh, I feel great. I was glad that I got to do this with you all, and just really excited to put it out to the world. So when y'all see this, when the world see this, I think you all will be able to see just how brilliant these students are and how thoughtful they are too about learning and engaging with theory. So I'm excited. I think that's it.
I think that's all.
I think that's it. All right. We're signing off for season 1 of the Say More podcast. That's all, folks. See you.
See ya.